Hey, I'm Jay, and I have something to say about Reaperbone 6.
Okay, so we have 3 days left on this Kickstarter. You can see we're at almost 1.3 million. Um, 3 days left. The last 48 hours are usually a big boom. This website, Kicktrack, tracks daily funding totals, comments, backers. If you look at Reaper Bones 4, that made 3 million, they had a very similar pattern here. 500 the first day, 150 the second day, 30s and 40s across every day until the last, and then big spikes. You get this big smile face. So these last 3 days are real big. And you can see that spike there boosts the average to 90,000 per day. We have half of one of these spikes, and we dropped off a little sooner. Their drop off was about 4 days. Our lows are a little more consistently low, and we're just maybe starting to ramp up because you can see we have 60, 50, 40, 40 to 60 backers all through here, and then all of a sudden 90, 100, 99, 98, 133, and we're already at 60 halfway through the day. So we have a lot of backers. Maybe not as much pledge total coming up, but you can see there's a little bump there, but we still expect that upward swing. It's just, is that upward swing going to be 200 grand or 500 grand? So I think we can expect to hit between 1.5 and 1.8 million, maybe even 2 million if we're lucky. And what that does is that 2 million, that 1.5 million gives us everything that's been revealed. They don't have another map after this for the unlocks. So this is where we are right now. We've unlocked the two Egyptian gods and temple and sarcophagus and stuff. And we have a couple other unlocks to get to. And I think this will be a big boost. So I think probably Friday afternoon we'll hit this anniversary dragon, and then everybody will up their pledges by $35 or $70, and we'll get a big jump right there. Some people that have been waiting for big dragons will jump into the Kickstarter, even if they're only pledging the core pledge, and figure they'll add on later. So what have we kind of shown off so far? So we just unlocked the first Tombs of Akar. I'm pretty sure we'll hit the second part of this, and if this third part's at 2 million, it might get unlocked in the Pledge Manager. We might just be stuck at 2 parts, and it might lower the price. I have no doubt that we'll hit the second part of this at 1.8. This might be a stretch. Over 2 million might be a little bit of a stretch, so we'll have to see what they do with that. Maybe they'll combine these two like they did with the other expansions, just because they want to release them. They're making an announcement today at about 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central Reaper time. They're in Denton, Texas, so that'll be interesting. And then I've also got this spreadsheet going for cost per mini. So right now we're unlocked down to here, and that gives us at a price of like $1.30 per mini from the core set. And then I've unlocked, I did a calculation, if we do everything that they've shown down to here, that'll bring it down to $1.1. Seems like we're going down about 10 cents every kind of page. So this started at $1.80. I don't think we're going to get much lower than $1. You can see the expansions are about $1.80, and the add-ons are a little over $2 per mini. Some of these are big pieces, but the expansions are hard to do. There's a lot of terrain, so it's hard to figure out how does that count towards mini cost. Is it one item? Is it the equivalent of 3 mediums, whatever. So that's kind of not a real great number. But you can see the add-ons are about $2.30. Figure they're retail for 5 to 6 per mini. So the core set's a much better value, but it's less specific, so it might be less exciting. But like I said, they're having an announcement on their Twitch stream. They're going to play Dungeon Dwellers game, which I think is their own proprietary RPG that they've developed to kind of new stuff. So this is where I've been getting a lot of the information. They've been doing daily stuff at 5 o'clock, except for Thursdays where they have the Reaper live at 7. This is where to get the most information. Sorry that we're watching an ad. I'll flip back here and let that finish. But again, you can see Bones 4 kind of had an extra spike here on day 3 and tapered off again. So figured, there's an extra 100 grand there. We're already here. We're there at 96 and we're doing like 30s. So you can see they started going up a little bit more. So we're not going to hit 3 million, but maybe we can still get this 500 million on the last day, Friday, or 500,000 on the last day, and still get still get close to 2 million, maybe 1.8 million. Still get some good unlocks and some good value. The price of everything's going up. The price of plastic's going up. So you can see they're talking about the Dungeon Dwellers role-playing game. Looks like they're talking about it now, and then they're going to play it at some point, and then they're going to have a big announcement at 4. Maybe you'll be able to buy this role-playing game book through the Bones Kickstarter or something. I don't know. The other options are adjusting the funding goal. Another option is to just show an add-on that's not unlocked. Just like, hey, it's the 48-hour unlock, which they already kind of did with bases. They call them secret doors. So they already kind of did with bases. They might just reveal the rest of the expansions, but hopefully they're adjusting pledging goals, because I don't think they're going to get over 2 million like they were originally planning. All the other Kickstarters have been 2.7 to like 3.4 million. So 3 million is that good kind of target goal, and this one looks like it's maybe going to be more like 2 million. So the Reaper Mini Twitch stream is definitely the place to go for information. They also have a pledge manager. And I'm not logged in. But they have basically everything that's been previewed already. You can add, and it'll give you the total, so that you kind of know what to pledge. So if you're pledging, you just go here to manage your pledge. And it's going to make me log in. You go to manage a pledge, and you add bonus dollars, basically. But they have this pledge calculator, which will eventually turn into the pledge manager at b6.reapermini.com. And I will pick up this video at 4 o'clock. I'll put a background. This is a map from Reaper Bones 5, I think. And you can see there's a little lighthouse on the map. It's just for detail. It's just decoration, just like how this one's a little cave and this one's a little lake. Doesn't mean anything. But ever since that was there, people were like, oh, does that mean there's a lighthouse down there? Does that mean we're going to get a lighthouse? And you can see back on April 5th, a blank version of the map was added to the campaign page. The next map that didn't have any stretch goals was revealed yet. Not sure where the lighthouse is meant to go, silly face. There's not going to be a lighthouse. And Ed, they're talking about Ed Pugh, one of the, I think Ed and Dave are like owners or founders or something. Not 100% sure, but high up in Reaper is getting tired of the joke, and there's not going to be anything as large as the ship. Sophie's Revenge from last Kickstarter. Here. The time has come for a lighthouse. It's not too late, because they didn't add it to Bones 5. There is no this is from Avatar. There's no lighthouse in Bones 6 today. Well, what if there is a lighthouse in Bones 6 today? Oh, a lighthouse. 1.89 million Legendary Tales, Black Tallow Lighthouse. So this is more like a watchtower. This is smaller than Sophie's Revenge. This isn't as big as the ship. It's going to be like 6 or 7 inches tall. You can see here's a human-sized figure. He's a little undead guy, but he's human-sized. Here, this is concept art. They haven't done any of the modeling yet. They've already said that their modeler, Jason Wiebe, is going to be modeling this. One of their artists, I'm going to get his name wrong, Max Dunbar. There it is. One of their artists, Max Dunbar, did this unprovoked, unrequested, just said, hey, like, all your backers keeps talking about this. I have this concept, and I think you could reuse this as a watchtower. There's some starfish here that maybe they take away any of the nautical stuff other than the walrus and the seagull, and, this can be a watchtower. in addition to a lighthouse. There's just a brazier at the top. There's some flavor text here about how they burn like tar and garbage and whatever sailors drop off, and how this guy might have some link to some like ghost ship somewhere. But regardless of that, something that wasn't planned, the backers have been asking for repeatedly over and over and over again. Nobody ever thought that they would actually do this as their big reveal for the day. But there it is, a 3-story lighthouse. You can see that there's a big bump here. So this is that KickTrack website that tracks everything. You can see there's a big bump here on 427, 178 backers. So we go from 40s and 60s, start ramping up beginning of the week over the weekend for 100, 133, 178, and $50,000 yesterday. I expect every day to get a little bit better. So 50 to 100 here, 75 to 200 here, maybe 200 to 500 here. Landing us somewhere between 1.5 and 2.2. I think that was a reasonable goal. We're already like 3,000 away from the next stretch goal. Let's get the live data here. 1,200 away from the next stretch goal, which is the first dungeon denizens of the dungeon right here. So that'll be unlocked by the time you see this video. It'll probably be unlocked before I'm done editing the video. This should give another little bump because I think this is one that people are excited about, and there are still some backers that won't back until something's unlocked. So they have said if they don't unlock the rest of this, they will lower the price in the Pledge Manager. So you don't have to worry about paying $50 for 10 miniatures. They said this slug will be translucent. This Norker on a pig is just amazing to me. This Hyedodon should be much larger than it's shown there because it's a dinosaur. And I got plenty of spiders, but that's something else. So that'll be a good one. I mean, this is looking to me like the best one so far. So not what anybody expected. I think they expected to combine unlocks like they did for the Briarwood and Sullenhall expansions, where part 2 and 3 got unlocked together, compressed the stretch goals so they unlocked more faster. I think there's still an expectation that even if this Kickstarter does worse, that they will do significantly better in the Pledge Manager. But we'll see. We'll get everything on this map probably before Saturday. And then it's just, how much further do we go? Yeah. So very interesting. Not what I expected, but we're getting there. So if you're looking for a little bit more eloquent coverage, I highly suggest Goblin Grotto's YouTube page. After the Pledge Manager opens up, you can check in Saturday afternoon and see how far we're getting and how much stuff is unlocked. But they're also doing a live stream on Twitch from like 1 to 5 on Saturday to go with their Kickstarter party. You can show up at their factory in Denton, Texas, and get a take-home paint and take-home model and some cupcakes and stuff. And you can buy tickets for barbecue food on their website if you're local. I know Denton, Texas isn't particularly close to a lot of people because Texas is pretty spread out. I think somebody told me once it's like a 4-hour drive from Houston to Dallas. So don't know if that interests anybody, but it's open to the public. You're welcome to show up, go to their gaming store attached to their factory, and hang out with the artists, the sculptors, the modelers, the concept artists, stuff like that. So it should be cool. And they're going to live stream most of that on their Twitch channel. So twitch.tv/Reaper Miniatures. And that's Saturday afternoon.